Hello everyone, my name is Fernando and today we will be continuing our Kerbal playthrough. Today we're going to Minmus. There's a lot of science for us to get there and well, we have a jewel window coming up, so we need to get more science to make the best mission we can out of that. Now, for us to go to Minmus, what I'll be doing is I'll be modifying the Luna 3 mission. I'll be making the first stage bigger, more powerful, using the main sails we unlocked last episode. And I will not have to resupply the mission this time because of that. I'm fairly certain I could just land the mothership, but I'll still use the lander for this. For this mission, we're taking Team C, Zone and Alfred Kerman to Minmus. I should probably have orbited with the lander first, but I decided to do it like this because I felt like it. Microgravity tends to be detrimental to you, so you should leave the astronauts in orbit waiting for something. Either way, we're getting into orbit now. Unfortunately, I still undershot how much Delta V I should put on the ascent vehicle. I should really have done some bigger boosters there. Maybe some mainsail boosters. As you can see, I still had to drain a bit of fuel from the mothership, but this is absolutely fine. Minmus doesn't take nearly as much Delta V to land multiple times as the MUN does. There's a big problem with the MUN in my opinion. You need a lot of fuel to do multiple landings. Minmus, like a Kerbal, can do it with the jetpack. They can land and take off again, I'm fairly certain. I know for a fact they can orbit. I'm not entirely sure if they can orbit and land and then orbit. I'm not entirely sure about that. Once again, we're launching the lander unmanned and rendezvousing with our mothership. As much as I like to launch the unmanned, Valentina always likes to show up there. It's actually incredible how often she does that. Every time when if I have two crafts, the other one has Valentina in it. Unreal. Anyway, you're about to see a fresh bug. I don't know what triggered that. Yeah, the ship just spontaneously exploded. Thankfully, the lander is undamaged, but we're gonna lose a bit of Delta V. Because of that, it's entirely fine. Anyway, after some finagling, we rendezvous the two ships, we dock them, and then we're on our way to Minmus. Now here I do a bit of a mistake. I forget to disable the lander's engine, which costs us some Delta V, but the smart ones among you will notice our velocity is decreasing when we fire up the engine. That's because we're actually retrograde and I was controlling from the lander. Yeah, not my proudest moment. So we turn the ship around and actually do the bar that we're supposed to do. Now we just have quite a long burn to do and another maneuver after this. So while we do that, I'll talk about something. Over the last few days I binged For All Mankind, that series on Apple TV. and I loved it. Phenomenal series if you like space. If you like space history or anything of the sort, really, it's incredible. Highly recommend it for anyone that wants to speculate on what might have been. Now, at this point I'm wondering, wait, shouldn't I have completed the Minmus mission already? So I go check it, and the vessel needs to have an antenna. It needs to have an antenna, and I didn't put an antenna on the lander because it wasn't needed. So I got either launch something new, or I gotta repurpose one of the satellites that are on the moon, which is what I'm gonna do. I over-engineered those satellites to hell and back. Well, and now they're going back to hell. Now we're gonna do a MUN to Minmus transfer. It's very rare that there's a reason to do this. The way I did it, I burned to a retrograde orbit. I burned to a retrograde exit from the MUN's sphere of influence, so that my orbit would be slightly faster and wouldn't take as long to get to Minmus. I'm on a tight timetable, and that true window is coming up fast. Right now we only have 20 days to do this. And the alarm clock bugs out and makes me miss the Minmus encounter. So I do a quick reload on the autosave that saved when I got there. Put the satellite into orbit and put it in a polar orbit so it can actually map the planet. Well, the moon. Now that that's done, we have a satellite in orbit with an antenna. We can go to mission control and collect the mission, complete the mission, and actually be able to see where the monument is. We'll be setting CKAN on this, and of course do the orbital science. Here I encounter a minor bug. The mothership's being dragged along the lander as it moves away from it. That's a mildly annoying bug, mildly because it's very easy to fix. It's just a quick save and reload. I think it's only visual even. Now we're going to land on 5 biomes, including the monument biome. We're coming up on the first one, the ice sheet. And we have touchdown. The first bits of science from Minmus. And as you can see, Minmus gives a lot more science than the MUN. That's why I always recommend just go to Minmus. If you're struggling with the MUN, just go to Minmus. I went to the MUN first because I wanted to, because of, well, history, memes. You gotta catch the MUN. But Minmus is where it's at when it comes to science. Something I found mildly annoying in this mission, I'm sure you could see on the video. A lot of the times it would say I'm flying over Arctic snow, or Arctic ice. Arctic ice, I think, is the actual name of the biome. And when I get closer to the surface, it would change back to ice sheet. And like that was annoying. Anyway, we're coming up on the snow drifts. I'm taking a quick look at the mapping to see, well, there is any progress. There isn't. Minmus has very low gravity, and the satellite is orbiting at 750 kilometers of altitude. The orbit is atrociously slow. I gotta look at the orbital period of that satellite. Sometimes I forgot to look. Anyway, we're coming up on the monument. Big Kerbal squid guy. Out of curiosity, come up here to see if this rock has collision. It does have collision. I collect all the science we can, and I do a jump and I land somewhere closer where I can take a better picture for the thumbnail. Now I'm missing one biome, and that's the crater biome, and that's where I'm going now. Unfortunately, the crater I chose is on the dark side. It's on the night side now. So this is not gonna be good for the video, and I realized this when I was flying over it. I'm like, oh no, I made a mistake. Oh well, that's fine. After a very careful descent, because I can't see anything, and trying to see how far I need to tip, the lander is gonna tip over on this incline, I decide, you know what, the SAS can handle it. So I get out of the Kerbal with the SAS turned on. It works because there's a probe core on that lander. Then I'll wait a few hours for us to have an efficient trajectory to rendezvous with the mothership, and we go. As you can see, Minmus is very, very easy to gather the science. Unfortunately, we find another bug. There's 3 Kerbals on this mothership, and there were only 2 when I left. Valentina is here, and I don't know why. She's not supposed to be here. She wasn't on the ship. You can go back on the video. I'll put the timestamp somewhere around on a comment. Yeah, I'll put it on a comment. And you can see she wasn't here when I left. Anyway, after staring at the screen for a few seconds, I decide I'll deal with this on low carbon orbit. Since we have 4 Kerbals in this vessel and only 3 can safely re-enter, the lander doesn't have a heat shield, and technically I could deorbit it and kill the re-entry velocity just using the engine. Like, it should be safe, and it should have a thrust to weight ratio above 1 when we're closer to the ground, so I could do a powered landing with it. I'm not risking it. And also, there's another thing. I went, after the video, I went into the VAB to check if I could assign Valentina to a rocket. Maybe that's just a display error and Valentina's not actually there. She's not in the space center. I forgot to switch their place, and as you can see, Valentina is not showing on the top right anymore. She's not showing on the top right, but she's also not on the space center. So God knows what happened to her. Anyway, all the parachutes deployed this time. I went with 4 parachutes to see if they would work better as 4 instead of 2. And they did. Now, after doing that mission, we have 2,800 science to spend, and God knows we need it. Alright, that's it for today, guys. I'll prepare the mission to do, and I'll see you guys on the next video.